of bringing this afternoon the solemn speech of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré to this solemn ceremony of inauguration of the mausoleum in tribute to Captain Thomas Sankara and his companions. Comrades, I quote His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This May 17th, 2025, history reminds us that 42 years ago, day by day, on May 17th, 1983, the imperialist and neo-colonialist forces orchestrated the arrest of Comrade Captain Thomas Sankara, then Prime Minister. The days that followed, the anti-imperialist youth mobilized to say no to this forfeiture. The seeds of the democratic and popular revolution had just been sown. 2 weeks later, Captain Thomas Sankara was freed under popular pressure. And 3 months later, this fertile land, fed by the deep aspiration of the people for freedom, will germinate the revolution. This May 17th, 2025, is therefore a symbol of the refusal of imperialist domination, neo-colonialism and its avatars, namely war and terrorism. It is also a symbol of the determination of our people to face history and its fate, to build a free and sovereign nation. This ideal was carried out by our supporters of the RDP, the Democratic and Popular Revolution, led by Comrade Captain Thomas Sankara. Today we are bearers of the same flame of anti-imperialist struggle with the popular progressive revolution. This May 17th, we honor a duty of memory through the inauguration of the mausoleum dedicated to President Noel Isidore Thomas Sankara and his comrades in arms, who fell for such a beloved country under the murderous bullets of the local imperialists and Salon's niggers, who fell for the ideal of dignity, freedom, integrity, and sovereignty, fallen but forever alive in our hearts and in our consciences. The choice of this date is therefore not a coincidence. The August 1983 revolution was to close the popular anti-imperialist demonstrations triggered following the plot of May 17, 1983, whose purpose was to instigate the rising tide of progressive and revolutionary forces in order to perpetuate the oppression and imperialist domination on our people. Today, May 17th, international imperialism is still nourishing the same sinister pattern. Facing it, we stand up, committed to driving profound economic and social transformations for the good of our people, determined to establish social justice, to fight for the dignity, freedom and sovereignty of Burkina Faso, of the states of the AES Confederation, and of the African peoples. Dear comrades, distinguished guests, this mausoleum that we inaugurate today on the free land of Burkina Faso, on the site of the Council of Entente, charged with the history of a tragedy experienced by our peoples, is not a simple building. It is a place of memory that recalls the collective conscience of the Burkinabe, of the fighters of freedom and of all men deprived of peace and social justice, of the sacrifice of President Thomas Sankara and his companions. This mausoleum is also the testimony of a persecuted integrity, but still it is the indelible jump of the recognition of a people in struggle, the materialization of a living memory whose resilience in the face of the use of time is unwavering.
Nous ne sommes pas réunis ce 17 mai.
We did not gather this May 17th out of nostalgia,
Du ressentiment d'un passé douloureux.
nor out of the resentment of a painful past. What brings us together today
C'est plutôt le serment
as one man is rather the renewed oath to engage with determination
à préserver les acquis et à
to preserve the achievements and to pursue the historic patriotic work of our heroes,
libération totale de notre
for a total liberation of our people from the yoke of imperialism and neocolonialism.
Camarades, je voudrais rendre un hommage mérité.
Comrades, I would like to pay a deserved tribute to the families of our martyrs
Leur patience,
for their dignity, their patience, and their perseverance.
porter le poids de l'histoire sans fléchir,
You have carried without ever weakening.
où reposent nos héros.
And in this place where our heroes rest, I would like to assure you,
Notre profond respect.
on behalf of the whole nation, of our deep respect.
Pour la
In their memory and in regard to the supreme sacrifice for the dignity of our people,
de baptiser des rues au nom de
I have decided to baptize the streets in the name of each of the 12 fallen comrades
Capitaine Thomas
with Captain Thomas Sankara.
Plus qu'un devoir de mémoire, l'inscription de ces noms
More than a memory duty, the inscription of this name in the toponym of our capital is defined as a true school
destiné à enseigner les générations
intended to teach the current and future generations and to share with visitors from here and elsewhere
les valeurs d'intégrité,
the values of integrity, dignity,
de civisme et de patriotisme
civility, and patriotism defended by our martyrs.
Aujourd'hui, la
On May 17th, 2025, Burkina Faso honored one of its most iconic figures, Thomas Sankara, with the inauguration of a mausoleum in his name. This event was not just a tribute to a revolutionary leader, but also a statement of Burkina Faso's commitment to sovereignty, unity, and the fight against imperialism. Prime Minister Rimtalba Jean-Emmanuel Ouagadougou, speaking on behalf of President Ibrahim Traoré, addressed the nation and international guests at the ceremony. He emphasized the significance of the mausoleum as a symbol of remembrance and a testament to the ideals for which Sankara and his companions stood. We honor a duty of remembrance through the inauguration of the mausoleum, dedicated to President Noel Isidore Thomas Sankara and his comrades in arms. They fell for their beloved homeland, under the murderous bullets of the local lackeys of imperialism and the black parlor workers, for the ideal of dignity, freedom, integrity, and sovereignty. The ceremony was attended by several international dignitaries, including the prime ministers of Senegal and Chad, and security ministers from Mali and Niger. Their presence underscored the regional solidarity and shared commitment to the ideals championed by Sankara. Senegalese Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko expressed unwavering support for Burkina Faso in its fight against terrorism and emphasized the importance of reclaiming African history and preserving the memory of liberation leaders. The inauguration of the Thomas Sankara Mausoleum serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring legacy of a leader who envisioned a self-reliant and sovereign Africa. It also reflects Burkina Faso's ongoing commitment to these ideals amidst contemporary challenges. As Burkina Faso continues its journey, the memory of Thomas Sankara and his vision for the nation remains a guiding light, inspiring current and future generations to strive for dignity, freedom, integrity, and sovereignty. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on African history and current affairs.